motorcycle bike prices spiralling out of control, or is it just me? Well, the VOGE DS525X is here to shake things up. Hi everybody, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Today I am riding a pre-production VOGE DS525X. Now, KD Motorcycles got in touch with me, they rang me up, they said, Kate, we've got an exclusive for you here. No one's really ridden this other than the UK, journalists and press. So I was like, okay, I'll clear the diary, sign me up and I'll be there. Now, given the fact that this bike is Chinese, it's not going to be priced as high as its European, Japanese or American competitors say. It's cheap. It's very, very cheap. £5,999 plus on the road. So in real terms, when you're actually there sat down and you're signing, £6,199. And what you get for that price is redonkulous. I'm going to talk you guys through the specs, the features, and everything this bike has to offer because it is a lot. So the VOGE DS525X is available in two different colours. Here we have the blue with the gold rims, but there is also a grey available that has a few flashes of yellow on there, and it does come with black crossbolt rims as well. At the heart of the VOGE DS525X lay a Euro 5 parallel twin with a 494cc displacement, producing 47.6 brake horsepower at 8,500 revs and 44 Newton meters of torque at 7,000 revs. The bike is equipped with an 18-litre fuel tank. Now, I'll talk about the forks and the brakes whilst we ride, but this bike has so many features that I just need to mention. We have disengageable ABS, a slipper clutch, switchable traction control, 2 riding modes, full LED lights including spotlights. We have an adjustable windscreen, handguards, a 7-inch LCD dash which does have Bluetooth connectivity and a very basic navigation. The bike has tyre pressure sensors which display on the dash. And whilst we're looking at the dash, at the side of it we do have a 12-volt socket and a USB. Now, this bike is laden with crash protection as standard. We have crash bars, but then we also have these crash bungs or bobbins just to reinforce the protection on this bike. The bike also has a centre stand as standard and a luggage rack. With wheels, the bike comes with a 19-inch front and a 17-inch rear. We do have Metzeler Torrance tubeless tyres as well. The exhaust looks well thought out and not an afterthought in the slightest. I think it looks very pretty. And one of the things I really like about this bike is the seat. The quality of the stitching seems really nice and I like the material that they've used to give the effect that it has. Now I'm going to show you guys what it's like for me to sit on this bike. Right, we're going to do a seat height test. Now this has a seat height of 810mm and I am a 5'4" individual with a 29-inch inside leg measurement. And this is what it looks like for me to sit on this bike. So as you can see, I have both tiptoes down, but when it comes to stopping at lights, I have a full flat foot. So stopping on this is absolutely no issue. Right, let's get to the riding. Right guys and girls, a genuine first impressions ride on the VOGE DS525X. Honestly, this is the only one of these bikes in the country, and KD Motorcycles have managed to get their grubby mitts on it. So I feel very honoured to be able to hop on this bike and tell you how it rides. Right, so without further ado, let's jump on her and crack on. Oh, it's nice and low. Oh yeah, much lower than the rally. See you later, guys. Super. Right, let's get going. Okay. Well, honestly, what a formidable feeling machine. Let's do a bit of a standy up on it. Oh, lovely to stand up on. Oh, we are going to gel just fine. We are going to gel just fine, I know it. Okay, so this is a mad offering again from VOGE. So as you guys know, VOGE is a Chinese manufacturer, and VOGE is owned by a company called Lonsin, who have supplied BMW with their 850 engine for a long time. I think they might even do the 900 engines as well. So one of the things that I'm mega excited about this bike is this is a budget friendly adventure bike. Now when I ride things like the GSs, you guys sometimes are not very happy that I ride things that are so expensive and, you know, out of a lot of people's budgets. I mean, I just try and ride everything that I can, including more budget bikes as well, which is why I bring you this budget adventure bike. So my first thoughts, just looking at the cockpit of this bike, it looks quality, it feels quality. So obviously to look at, we have a big 7-inch colour LCD dash. It's not TFT, but I don't think you'd tell that it wasn't a TFT. It looks like a TFT, but it isn't. Now it is a 494cc parallel twin. It produces 47.6 brake horsepower and 44 newton meters of torque. Right, let's wind it on. So it doesn't come with a quick shifter and auto blipper, but you can fake blip it up like I always do. So the screen is set in the lowest position because I'm not a fan of looking through screens. Oh, this has got pulling power on the motorway, I swear. You know, we're doing a strong figure right now, and it didn't struggle to get there at all. So we jumped straight in with a bit of motorway riding, and it doesn't have cruise control, that's one thing to know, but it is also a very cheap bike. So yeah, I don't even know where to start with this bike. Cheap as chips, and it is loaded with tech. Now there are a few things that it's missing from a technological point of view, which I'll point out pretty quick, but again, for the price, you know, I'm not mad. It's missing a quick shifter and auto blipper, it's missing cruise control, and it's missing heated grips. But what it lacks in those features, it makes up for big time in everything else. Okay, so what's wild about this is a parallel twin, but it doesn't feel like a parallel twin in my opinion. How it rode on the motorway just then, I would have thought it was a bloody inline 4. It's smooth as anything. So yeah, firstly I'm going to talk about the hardware that this bike comes with. It has been thought about when it's been built, I feel like VOGE have thought, you know what are the Europeans gonna like? They like fancy branding. It gives them confidence in a bike and in a brand. So with the suspension on this, we have upside down 41mm KYB fully adjustable suspension. The forks have 170mm of travel. With regards to the rear shock on this, again, KYB. Preload adjustable linkage monoshock with 71mm of travel. Then if we look at the brakes, we do have a set of twin discs on the front. They are 298mm discs, and there is a set of Nissin 2-piston calipers attached to them. Wow, this bike is so easy to ride at slow speeds. It feels beautifully balanced. It looks like it could be a bit top heavy, but I don't find it top heavy at all. So the hardware is pretty decent on this for the price of it. We have a 12-volt socket and a USB as standard. We have switchable ABS, and it's got 3 different positions that you can have the ABS in sensitivity. It's got switchable traction control as well. It's got a tyre pressure gauge, what the heck? We've got a fuel gauge, nice and clear with the bars there. And the bike has no halogen lights, it's all LED, and it's not just a main light, a tail light and indicators. You get auxiliary fog lights as standard. All included in the price. These things are usually optional extras, so that's impressive. Like, mega impressive. The bike has hand guards as standard. We have adjustable levers, which you guys know I love an adjustable lever. Yes! Oh man, this bike feels worryingly good to ride for the price. Worryingly good. Even the rubber that it comes with, Metzeler Torrents. And even though we do rock some pretty nice gold spokes that do look quite easy to clean, they are tubeless tyres, which many of you will be happy to know. I'd say the suspension straight out the box, providing this hasn't been twiddled with by any people that have ridden it before me, because this has been a bike that, you know, well, this isn't a bike that kind of YouTubers have got their hands on yet, but obviously a few reputable magazines have had a play on this exact bike, so providing they haven't twiddled or tweaked with the suspension settings, off the bat I feel like it is quite firm. But again, we've got full adjustability. We have a mode button. Now I currently have this bike in sport mode. It does have an eco mode, but I'm sorry, at 47.6 brake horsepower you should be able to use this to ride to your conditions, in my opinion. We have a 19-inch front and a 17-inch rear. So yeah, it definitely handles miles better than the VOGE Rally 300, that's for sure. But I would expect it, to be honest. But honestly, like, everything looks real nice quality. It looks pretty. I hope you'll agree. I don't think I'll be on my own in this thought process. I like the fact that we've got a black background on the LCD as well. Wow, so far this is pretty good. Okay, we're gonna go over the tops just to see what it's like. This road is a bit garbage here. Okay, let's go. So we're in a 30 at the minute, so behave. Is that snow on the tops? It better not be. Good lord. Serious? It's not good, is it? The pegs are really grippy underneath my feet. They've got big rubber bungs on there. Okay, so third gear. again, we've got some Metzelers, which I have faith in because I have the Torrance Next 2s. These are just Torrances, but I trust it. So we're in 4th gear, 5th, now I don't know if there's still going to be, you know, any ice up here, hopefully not, but wow, so far this is handling beautiful. Let's drop down. Okay. Oh, beautiful. I mean, this road is a bit disconcerting. Please don't run out in front of me, Mr. Dog Walker. Yeah, this is normally frozen here. Oh wow. Oh, it handles lusciously. Please don't be icy. It picks its feet up alright. Crikey. I will chill it out up here because this can be a bit minging. We've got cars coming up, so we'll have some lane discipline. Let's not scare them. Whoa. Okay, okay. Oh, a nice auto blipper, just a blip down would have been beautiful there. Oh wow. I am majorly impressed with this bike. Hugely impressed. Now, of course, like anything, one of the main worries of Chinese bikes is the reliability. Will it stand the test of time? Oh no. Well, if you're going to get one of these bikes and look after it and treat it well, I'd be so interested to flash forward a few years and see how it does hold up, because so far the parts are looking, you know, pretty quality. It's not right over the poo. As you can see, less than ideal conditions today, as usual for my vlogs. I can't control the weather, but I can control my attitude and my outlook. And my outlook is, I'm on a damn adventure bike. So let's just ride in whatever the weather, Trevor. Ugh. Now, it does have quite a wide seat, but it's 810mm. Considering other adventure bikes that are fit for giants, this is a super accessible option for short-limbed people. And even though it is Chinese, it doesn't feel Chinese in the slightest. Now, the reason why I'm riding in shocking conditions is because I have a 2-day time frame to ride this bike before it gets moved around the country. And I braved the cold and I braved the rain today to come out on it, and I'm glad I did. The things we do when we are frozen and wet. KD Motorcycles, give me some mechanics gloves. And do you know what's funny? They actually make my Nox Handroids fit a bit better, because I wear a small, and although they're, you know, good enough fit, they don't quite fit like a glove. But these, oh, these fit like a glove now. Twit. Okay guys, so whilst I've just swapped batteries, I just wanted to show you this bike from a chin cam perspective, because we can get right up close and personal. So we've got this VOGE branded engine here, parallel twin. As you can see, it comes with all this as standard, so lots of crash protection. We've got this 2-in-1 high rise, high level exhaust. And I love the detail on it, the carbon fibre-esque finish here, with this, with the mesh. Now, I saw somebody comment on one of Chris's videos saying they don't like how close the indicator is to the exhaust. But as you can see, the exhaust is kind of angled out to kind of direct the air past the indicator, which is a nice touch. Now, it comes with a luggage rack. I love this seat. It is just one height, 810mm. You can't like put it on different settings to achieve different heights. But I'm sorry, from this angle with the tank up here, it looks like a Triumph Tiger to me. It really does. It's quite crazy actually. So it's chain driven this, it's not shaft. We've got LED lights all round. We've got LED lights on the front and fog lights and spotlights, auxiliary lights, whatever you want to call it, as standard, which is epic. I actually think it looks quite handsome. It looks like a bit of an Angry Bird. The screen is adjustable. You literally just lift it up. You can have it high, you can have it low. But I just think it looks so bonny, and all this is so neat and housed very, very nicely. All black, all stealthy. Again, we've got the adjustable levers. Missing calipers, 2-piston on the rear. Missing rear caliper as well, 1-piston. These don't look like they'd be too difficult to clean. We've got Metzeler Torrance rubber on there. And actually, this is something that I haven't mentioned yet. Now, you'd have to ride with your screen in the tallest position if you wanted to make use of this feature. But do you see there, that little hole? This is a pre-production model, so it's missing it. But for the price of this bike, you get a built-in 1080p camera to act as a dash cam. Right everybody, so to summarise this bike, I did not expect it to ride how it rides. I thought I'd hop on it and it would feel inherently Chinese. You know what I mean by that. When you jump on a Chinese bike, you don't quite feel as refined. Sometimes the engine feels a bit laggy, a bit boggy at times, just in my personal opinion. And I actually just found it a joy to ride. It feels so much bigger than it is in terms of like its stature. It doesn't feel like you're on a 500cc bike. It feels more like probably like an 800 or a 900 in terms of its physicality. It doesn't look or feel cheap in my opinion. It looks like it should be a lot more expensive than it is. Like the LED lights all round, even little things like the progressive indicators. They're just all little touches that just make this bike seem more expensive than it actually is. Yeah, definitely for me, the main strength of this bike is its ride experience. It's smooth on the motorway, it can get to naughty figures pretty quickly, and it doesn't argue about it either. It does just get there, and it can sustain said naughty figures without you feeling like you're going to blow it up, which I quite like. I also really like how this bike looks. I mean, if you look at it from the rear but slightly offset, all this tank in the seat is giving huge Triumph Tiger vibes to me. But one of the things that I do struggle with a little bit with the Triumph Tigers is because we've got that triple engine in there and we've got big fuel tanks, I do find those bikes to be a little bit top heavy, especially when I come from something like a GS with a boxer engine where all the weight's very low. So I feel like with this you get Tiger looks, but you don't get Tiger weight. And I really do like that. If I'm to be mega picky, some things that, you know, I don't like, they've literally thrown the kitchen sink at this, so it would have been nice if they could have thrown some heat grips at it as well, especially living in the UK. Doesn't have a quick shifter or auto blipper, but for the price, I can live without that luxury. And it doesn't have cruise control, and I suppose I feel like I would have rather paid a little bit more and have cruise control because it's already so cheap for what you get. So putting that on there, hopefully they'll do that, you know, at a future date, or they might even do it on the bigger versions of this bike, but I really, really hope that's the case because it would be a welcomed addition to this bike. Other little things that, you know, aren't 100% perfect in my opinion, although the dash is very clear and very nice to look at, quite simple. Sometimes on a bright day like this, I do find that it can create a bit of a glare on the screen, which doesn't make it so clear because it's a bit blocked off by the sun's reflection. Hopefully somebody like Speedo Angels, not sponsored or affiliated or anything like that, they're the only brand that I know of that kind of does this stuff. Hopefully they'll bring out some kind of like satin like cover to go over it that will just stop reflection from the sun. Another thing, the stand's a bit wishy-washy when you put it down. You can put it down and it doesn't like have an affirmative clunk down. It can just like stay there if you don't quite push it all the way. Same bringing it back. You can kick it up and it can just stay there, and then you just got to give it a bit of a kick back. So yeah, the stand isn't, you know, in or out. It's got a bit of middle ground to it. And also it would have been nice if this came with a bash plate or a sump guard or something like that, just because looking at this bike I do feel like the exhausts are a little bit exposed, but hopefully that is an aftermarket option that you can get afterwards and put on this bike. And also it's an adventure bike with a 19-inch front, so it is designed to go off-road as well if you want to. So just to protect those headers would be a priority for me. But yeah, what an absolutely stonking bike. I expected to get on it and not be so impressed, to be honest. I thought, oh, it's just going to be like another Chinese bike, just ride around on it. But I actually love the VOGE DS525X. I actually love it. It's so easy to ride. It's so low for my height, 810 mil. I can go from standing up to sitting down with a foot down like that, and there's no wobbling, there's no second guessing myself because it just feels so low. Also, when it comes to the weight of this thing, you know, it's not mega light, but it isn't unmanageable. It's got a wet weight of 205 kilograms, so it's not too bad at all for, you know, pushing around, and it's certainly manageable. It's no more of a challenge than my GS to push out. So yeah, for the price of this, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I was expecting to get on this bike and I was expecting for it just to be like another Chinese bike, if I'm honest. You know, nothing to blow me away, but a decent option for somebody that doesn't have, you know, crazy amounts of money to spend on a new bike. But honestly, consider me sold. And I'm obviously a YouTuber, I'm vlogging, this is my own personal opinion. I seriously compel and implore you guys, implore? Is that English incorrectly? Who knows? Yeah, I implore you guys to throw your leg over this bike and give it a go yourself, because I think you'll actually be pleasantly surprised. Well, guys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed this review on VOGE's DS525X. Let me know what you think about this bike in the comments below. I'm always mad keen to hear what you guys think about bikes. If you like what you've seen, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. I like to think there's a lot of variety on this channel, whether it's bike reviews, trips, adventures, motor camping. If it's bike related, it'll all get put on this channel. So yeah, if you like that stuff or how that sounds, then please hit that subscribe button. And until the next time, guys, please take care, ride safe, and I'll see you then. Bye. That's creepy. There's balloons in the sky. Is it around? Is Pennywise around? I hope not. Weird. Huh? Taking a picture. Doing some YouTube. See you later, chick. Oh, I love making friends with random horse ladies. Nice little Tenere. We love it, we love it. Millennial pause.